let you know that you are in a disabled parking space.
Oh
Honestly,
my
Steve.
No, I do know I'm in a disabled parking space.
Right, you know that you can't be.
Why can't I be?
I saw you walk into your car. You're not disabled. You know that these are only for disabled people. It's rude to be taking up these spots, and it's really quite unfair when the rest of us having to park all the way over there, and you just get what?
Can you explain to me what your thought on disability is then, please?
Right. Well, not you. You're walking. Are you walking? Can you walk?
I can walk a short distance, yes, with aids.
Right. Then you're okay. You're not disabled. Be thankful. There are some people out there with real issues.
Be thankful. You don't know what disabilities I have got.
Well, I know you don't have a disability.
In another episode of You Should Have Minded Your Damn Business, we have a car Karen hounding an elderly woman about parking in a handicapped spot. It started when the top cop Karen noticed the older woman walk into her car, and according to the Karen, you don't have a disability if you can walk the distance from the store back to your car. The ableism and clear lack of education is strong in this one, so let me help give her a lesson. Globally, 1 in 7 people have a disability, and of that 1 billion people, 80% of them have hidden disabilities. A hidden disability is a disability you don't notice at first glance and isn't obvious. Think hearing or visual impairments, dyslexia, people with PTSD, and certain forms of autism. The list goes on. People with disabilities already have to deal with so much. The lack of comprehensive education about disabilities, lack of inclusive building setups and accessible amenities, the lack of basic respect that should be given to every person, and even the lack of safety procedures. Take this viral tweet from Twitter user Golem Gabby. It reads, "It's already been said, but the emergency plan for disabled kids is to let us die. Not even in active shooting scenarios, but also fires. My most poignant example happened when I was in the AAPD intern class of 2019, and the campus cops left us for an hour during a 3 a.m. fire alarm." Definitely check out this thread, but her story unfortunately isn't unique. There are dozens of headlines detailing the lack of concerns or safety protocols for students and people with disabilities, and it's sad that we, and when I say we, I mean able-bodied people who don't have to think about these things constantly, don't think about these things as much as we should. And now there are Karens in the mix, making it that much more difficult.
No, you're walking. You're not disabled.
Have some manners, young lady.
Have a bit of respect.
You have some respect for your
Have
elders.
some respect. My elders?
Yes.
You're ancient. You're fine.
Go away to your little car and go and play with your dollies, little girl, because you clearly don't understand what a disability is.
No, you don't have a disability. You don't understand why.
I do not have to prove anything to you.
Well, why not?
Do you carry
Because
a
if
warrant
you
badge? Are you the police?
I don't need to be the police to
Do
try
you
and
not?
enforce the
Just
right
go
thing.
away, just
Okay,
walk away.
quiet.
That is my proof that I can park here. Okay.
Ultimately, what this Karen is suffering from is entitlement. I don't know about y'all, but I am not tripping over a parking space that I don't use. So why did this Karen feel so impassioned and angry about it? Well, I've concluded 2 reasons. First, it's the dehumanization and misunderstanding of people who are disabled. It's only okay when she can physically see the disability, because that's when they deserve the spot in her eyes. She gets to define who is and isn't disabled. That's a form of ableism. Second, it's because she's an a-hole who finds it so hard to walk another 10 feet to her car. This video gave her a lot of grace because I would have shown her face to the world. However, I don't want to focus on her. Instead, let's focus on how we can be better allies. Here's how you can start according to the Access Living. Believe people when they disclose a disability. Listen to people when they request an accommodation. Don't assume you know what someone needs. Never touch a person with a disability or their equipment without consent. Keep invasive questions to yourself. Don't speak on behalf of someone with a disability unless they explicitly ask you to. Educate and talk about disability with your children and young people. Advocate for amenities and buildings that are easily accessible to all people. Incorporate accessibility into your event planning, and center the voices of people with disabilities in these discussions. This is not an issue that is talked about enough, and that's a shame. Let's do better. Thank you all for watching Rebel HQ. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.